Welcome to Ecclesia Principles, a biblical strategy for believers to engage in God's design for government with Ray Eppard.
I don't think God really cares if you're a Steeler fan or a Cowboy fan. But unfortunately, we have the same approach with our political views, that it doesn't matter. I can choose whatever. You have the legal right before God to choose whatever you want. You can choose to be a communist if you want. You can choose to be a socialist if you want. You can choose to be an anarchist if you want. But none of those align with God. And our responsibility is to align with God and to get our government to align with God. Now, that doesn't mean everybody has to become a Christian. That's why they should not establish a religion. Because with self-government, you can choose to worship God, some false god, or nothing. You have that right under self-government. Can you say amen? And we need to defend everyone's right along those lines. Amen. And so with this, these are the standards and the purpose of civil government. It is to protect the rights, to secure the rights, and to limit, not eliminate. No government's going to be able to eliminate without overstepping its bounds. Government has to be limited. Now you say, in what way? Jurisdictional. That's what the limits, that's what we mean by limited government. It's not the size of government. The government can be as big, Lord knows, as it wants to. The story is trying. And that's one of the problems right now. I was reading an article by the president of Argentina, who just got elected. And he gave a speech before the UN. And he told them, he said, your woke agenda is dying. He said, in Argentina, we are going to go for liberty. We're going to go for the rights of the people. We're going to limit the government. Because actually, in Argentina, based on what he said, only about 30% of the people that are employed do not work for the government. Because they've pushed government growth so much that the majority of working people work for the government. And they're financially about busted. If you look at the statistics of job growth in our nation, you will find that over half of the job growth that's been in our nation for several years is government jobs. We probably need to increase some, but we do not need to have the majority of our jobs be government jobs. And because that's violence. Because then you got 25, 30% of the people trying to pay for everything. Anyway, I got to get going. I've already went too long. But I ain't taking none of it back. Again, this is the baseline that should be used in deciding who to vote for. And that is, who will protect everyone's unalienable rights. Now let me say something. Number one, abortion is not a woman's health issue. Abortion is a right to life issue. And no one has the right to take someone else's life unless they have committed a crime, going back to Genesis 9:6. Now, obviously, in the life of the mother and some things like that, yes, that's a different dynamic. Sometimes you have to choose. And that's a sad case when you have to choose. But there are certainly medical reasons why. But As I often say, I'll be glad to call it your body if you let it live and it never grows up and gets its own Social Security card. No, it's not your body. It's that child's body.
You've been listening to Ecclesia Principles with Ray Eppard. Follow us on YouTube and Facebook on our Ray Eppard pages. This program was brought to you by Victory Worship Center and World Outreach. Services Sunday 9 o'clock and 11 o'clock, 200 Hammond Lane, Stanton, Virginia.